becoming a virtual assistant is definitely not for everyone. So if you think that this is what you want to do, welcome back to my channel. This is Vanity Star TV coming to you with another video or part 4 of my becoming a virtual assistant. And today I'll be continuing on some preparation, but this time I'll be going into the equipment that you need to do your virtual assistant. Vanity Star TV. Having the equipment to start as a virtual assistant is a low startup cost. Depending on where you live, it may be expensive because to buy a computer in the Caribbean, it can be very expensive. To have a phone can be very expensive. If you have anybody in America or Canada, England, and you live in the Caribbean and you want help, just don't be afraid to just reach out to them and ask, or if you can afford to buy, go ahead. But the whole process to become a virtual assistant is a low startup cost. So guys, if you like what I'm about to share with you, don't be afraid to like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell so that you can be notified. I want to welcome you back to my channel, and if you're here for the first time, don't be afraid to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're a return subscriber, don't forget to share me out and give me that thumbs up, because Vanity Star have what it takes to give you the information that you need. Now, what we are going to talk about is about equipment. And one of the reasons why virtual assistant is deemed so easy is because it has a low startup cost. What I'm going to do is to go into covering all of the equipment that you'll be needing. So let's talk about these individual components. We will cover the things you absolutely need, and we will cover a few things that you might need depending on the services you're going to provide. First thing that you're going to need is a computer. That is a no-brainer. You're going to need a computer that can connect to the internet. Ideally, you're going to want a computer that has a good amount of RAM memory, due to the fact that you're going to run more than one program at once. You're going to also need a good size hard drive if you plan on doing desktop publishing, graphics, or website creation. The amount of memory you need is very important because graphic takes up a lot of space. So graphic programs tend to use a lot of memory, and then storing those memory can use up a lot of hard drive space, and it uses the memory very quickly. Many virtual assistants start out with whatever computer they have, then upgrade after they have been in business for a while. Then next, you're going to need an high-speed internet connection. And this internet connection have to be very solid and good in order to provide adequate service. This can save you tons of money because it will reduce the time that you will need for upload. So having a good high-speed internet is going to be lucrative towards your business. You're going to be doing a lot of downloads because it's not just web browsing or web graphic you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing uploading and downloading quite a bit. You definitely want to have a fast, solid, high-speed internet that is secure for your business. So you want to make sure that you have password on your network. You want to make sure that you take all of those precautions to keep it secure. You're also going to need an email account. You do not want to use your personal email account for your business. So if you have a domain name and hosting, you can set up an email account for that domain. For example, Janet at janetservice.com. When you create a domain name, you have the option to create a new email address for that domain name. So an email account that is not your personal account, not Hotmail, and not Yahoo. So you can look at using a Gmail address, and that will work quite fine for you. You can use your telephone or your home phone, Google Voice, OneBox, Skype, or other web-based virtual PBX services. You can actually get a number for your business and have all the calls forwarded to any phone that you choose. It's not necessarily needed for you to have an additional line for your business. Now we're going to address the Office Suite software, a suite that includes a word processor program and a spreadsheet program at the very least. A lot of virtual assistants use Microsoft. Well, depending on what choice you need to use or what you have to use, then you can go ahead and use that. You also want to look in having some timekeeping software. You want to keep track of the time on the tasks that you have spent with each client. There are plenty of options available. There are one called Clockscale LOK. That is a desktop timekeeping software, where it has both free and the paid version. myhorrors.com is an online option that is free. So there's a lot of services out there. You just have to choose the one that you prefer to use. But you definitely want to have some software to use to keep the time you spend on client's project. And on the same line, you're going to also want some invoice software or servicing project. And some people use Quicken for small business. You have other options out there that you can also use. But you definitely want to have a way to bill your clients and also keep track of it. You also need to have an online file storage, maybe Dropbox. So you want to look into having Dropbox or maybe Drop.net or Picasso or some form of filing where you can keep all the information together, because you want to be able to back up your computer in case something catastrophic happens. But you also want to have a place where you can access files from whatever device you're using, because nowadays we just don't all sit at a desktop anymore. We have iPhones, iPads, we're always on the go. So you want to be able to access those files no matter what device you have to use. If you're the person who is going to be printing a lot of documents, I would have you consider to have a laser printer. Or if you decide to go paperless, that can be your choice also. For those that offer desktop publishing or web designs, you're definitely going to need graphic software. So if you're not lucky enough to have Photoshop, or really cannot afford it, there are other alternatives out there. Paint.net is a very powerful graphic service you can use, and you can download that for free. Even if you need it and cannot afford Photoshop, there are other things out there that you can use. You just have to do your research and see what is out there for you to use. Finally, I'm going to be talking about a mobile hotspot. Yes, you're going to need a mobile hotspot. Many mobile phones have an hotspot, so you can access your information using your mobile hotspot. This will give you backup access if your internet goes out, and it also gives you a secure way of access information from anywhere without putting your client information at risk on a public connection. If you go to a local coffee shop and you decide to work, please do not use their public Wi-Fi because it's not safe. Do not use it to work on clients' files. So if you don't have a mobile hotspot right away, well, you don't have to worry. It's something that you can look into after a while, but it's definitely important that you have it in order to use as a backup service. So you see why the startup cost is not so expensive. So if you want to start your virtual assistant business, you want to work with somebody from your own home, or you want to think about doing it, well, my next video is going to be on how to actually start your virtual assistant business. So guys, I'm so happy that I'm able to bring you all this information. So I want you to continue to like, share, subscribe, turn on your post notification bell so that you can be notified of more videos. Want to find out more information about virtual assistant, you can revert back to part 1, part 2, and part 3, because this is part 4. And I prepared this lessons for you guys because I want you guys to learn and to understand that a virtual assistant is not a very hard job. But guys, you have to have the knack and the know-how, and this may not be for everybody. Even though you may have the supplies and have the stuff ready, it may not be for everybody because you have to put in long hours. So guys, if you like this video, just continue to like, share, subscribe, share it out. You know, just give me a thumbs up. If you are a returning subscriber, just continue to write good comment and just tell me what you think about the course that I'm doing here, guys. Just give me your support, give me your love, and continue to walk safe and be good. And remember, stay safe, okay? Love you.